Supervisor Chavez, do you have further comments? Otherwise, Supervisor Lee has his hand raised.
Yes, I definitely do agree that there's a significant historical value to this building. And with so many ideas being mentioned by speakers and less written receiving, it's been sitting vacant for a decade. And I certainly think it's been wasted, whether it was for public use, a museum or housing or whatnot. And the County Historical Commissioners are those that we appoint, and we certainly should take their recommendation very seriously. In this case, they have come up with their recommendation to preserve the building. So for that reason, I really do think that looking into reuse of this building instead of just demolishing it would be a more important, a better use of our times and resources, and be able to preserve some of the historical buildings. Silicon Valley has got so many new and shiny things, but for the same time, we spend so much time looking back and the nostalgia of going where Hewlett Packard has the first garage, or we drive by 101 and seeing the hangar one, right? That's being preserved. Now we're putting the skin on top of it. These are really significant landmarks, and I do think that San Jose City Hall certainly serves that purpose as well. So for that reason, I would support this motion. Thank you.
Supervisor Simitian.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to ask staff that if, in fact, they are going to give the range of options another look, and it looks like that's what the motion is heading toward, that staff consider if they come back again with a recommendation to proceed in this way rather than identify some reuse, that staff look at a more creative and robust program for what I'll call salvage and integration of elements of the building. I know there's a range of possibilities. I know folks will be at, every place along the continuum. But I thought, frankly, that the report we got might have done something more than suggest, we'll look for some things that might be salvageable and or make them available. I really do think that, whatever the future holds for the site, there have to be opportunities to incorporate some of these architectural elements in a future development if that's the course that's ultimately taken. And I just would sort of like to see a little more creativity on that front. I think I think we can do better. I'll just let it go there. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other hands up? Seeing none, I've got a couple of comments. I've been looking out of that building for about 12 years. I think I'm older than that building. I understand and appreciate the history, especially the way Paul Soto explained it so eloquently. I think it's entirely appropriate that a monument of some sort, be it a monument that's engraved, be it a small building where people can walk in and see on the wall a description of all the historical, the firsts, as Paul Soto expressed, that have occurred in that location. As far as the building itself goes, we have extensive studies regarding the unfeasibility of reusing the former City Hall structure for office or residential use. In my opinion, that building needs to come down, a monument of some sort documenting, honoring all these significant things that have taken place. If not at that particular area, of those individuals that have served there, of votes that have been taken, whatever some committee wishes to come up with, and I'm sure the list will be extensive, can all be engraved and put on walls in some public art type of format. I could see all of that, a cupola or whatever. But the building itself is not safe, it's not sound, it's not repurposable. The land that it occupies is significant. I think the county of Santa Clara can do better for the people of Santa Clara and provide some sort of repurposing that benefits the people of Santa Clara County. And I think 95% of that building could go. You could retain, and I'm just picking round numbers, 5%, and make that into something special where people of Santa Clara County can come, bring their kids, teach them some of the history that has taken place in the last 60 years and the individuals. And again, I applaud Paul Soto for the list that he came up with. I don't know if he had all that in his head or was reading something, but there is a lot of history that has taken place. There are a lot of individuals, firsts, that have occurred in the city of San Jose, and that was the city hall in which all the people he named made that happen. So I think that memory should be preserved in some public art type fashion